Today we talk about my interview experience with Infosys as a Power Programmer, which is now currently specialist programmer uh, with the package of 9.5, and DSE Digital Specialist Engineer is about 6.25. So I'm gonna start with the experience of the just let me open OneNote and where is that? Okay, so first of all I want to tell you that that was on Microsoft uh, team, and I give the coding round in which three codes were there. One code ran completely 100% and second were 90%, and on 28th of January, and I got mail of shortlisting on 1st of March, and I got interviewed on 19th of March. So you can just calculate the duration, what time you have if you get shortlisted. So you will get a week or 2 week to for the preparation, and after the online round you will get more than 1.5 months. So you can prepare if your friend help in code, so you can prepare as well. So uh, first I will tell you that just be prepared with whatever platform they have given, like Microsoft Meet or Microsoft Team or Google Meet and Webex, whatever they have given. Just to check your audio connections, use PC audio as a input and output as a earphone. That will be better for you. That setting were given at the time of joining the meet. So first he joined the meeting and he told me to give the brief introduction. So I introduced all my academics things myself, and I give my academics favorite subject. So I know that they are going to ask the computer fundamental, CS fundamental things. So I am very clear with it, and I don't want to mess with it because my computer network were not that good. So I have given that thing. If you are from the CS or IT background, OS, computer network, DBMS for all, and CN and OS for the electrical and CSIT background, we definitely will be in there. So first he asked me that he asked me a question that we will go, can we start with the coding? So I said yes, and he gave me a coding question which was pretty easy using stack. So question was like, I will say that let me choose a draw. He says a number like 1 2 4 6, whatever number it is. So we have given a k value. Okay, it may be 2 or it may be 3. So we have to delete two elements from this so that the resultant would be minimum. So what it can be? So it can be 4 and 6. So the minimum resultant will be 12. Okay, after deleting 2, if we say after deleting 3 k, if the k were 3, let me choose the eraser first. This is 3, so we will delete 2 4 and 6, and we will keep 1. So I took a lot of time on thinking that he was asking me what you were thinking. Can you think of iterating from left to right because left has a higher priority? So I came with the approach, and he also start telling the solution. He helped me a lot, very lot. I have coded, but it was first time it was give me a runtime error, and I took time and solved it. He was fluently giving those hints where I am mistaking it, and when the code actually run, my code ran, but the output was not in the favor of me. So what was the mistake, he also highlighted me, but at that time I was not able to recognize that. So he asked me if you want to took more time or we go further. So I said move further because I took a lot of time. But my after the interview, I just coded it separately. I think that was a one line mistake what I've done. Logic was very clear, and he said me to just to send the code in the uh, Microsoft Team chat section. So I have given it. The second coding question he was asked, let me choose the erasure. second coding question was like it was very easy, I would say. It was like given like a metric, it's like a chessboard. Okay, somewhere black, somewhere blue indices. Okay, this one 8 cross 8, 8 cross 8 from 0 to 7 index, as well like 1 2 3, and here the columns were like A B C to H. Okay, and you have given like this A1, so you have given A1 or B2, like C3, whatever you have given like A3, you have to tell that the indices which we are you have given is black or white spot, so that you will have easily recognize it if you have seen the pattern. So I have coded it, it ran, he gave me manual input, it also ran. So just he go through and started with a lot of CS fundamental questions. So he just I'm telling you the whatever they've asked. So first whatever he asked, I'm go with it. So so first uh, so first he asked from the DBMS. Yes, DBMS. DBMS, what question he has asked? He asked me draw process truncate. He started with the low and go very high. So I started with draw process truncate, I told him. Then he asked a second highest salary, sorry, where versus having clause difference, I told it. He was satisfied with it. Then he asked me second highest salary, so I told him. Then he asked me that if you given that you have to find the fourth highest salary, how you will do that, I tell him. He also asked me that it will work, so I was not very clear with it, so I said that I don't know if it work or not. So he's just moved on. And I have a CD operating system, my favorite subject. Then he asked me threads, what are threads? I told him the threads with the example, also the real-time example. He was satisfied with it, and he just move on and then asked me inter-process communication, which was very important question, depth question. And I told him, and he was also satisfied with it, and he moved further. And he told me that how you can achieve thread in Java. I also told him that in two ways you can achieve that. You can extend the thread class and override the run method, and we can also uh, implement the runnable interface. So he was satisfied with it. Then he go with the oops question. The first question was what is encapsulation, I told him. Then he go through what is abstraction. Okay, so four pillar of oops. On that he asked for is encapsulation, then second for the abstraction, and he go with the difference between. So no, he first go with the how you can achieve multiple inheritance in Java. So you can achieve with the interfaces. Okay, then he asked me what is interface. I told him interface. He was satisfied with it. He also asked me difference between a abstract class and an interface. I also told him. He was very satisfied with it. He was very satisfied with the oops and Java concept. And then he moved further. And then I think he asked me one question like hi, he asked me one question from the DMS, that is what is serialization. So I was not aware with it, so I tell him that I currently don't know, say just remove on. He also asked me a compiler design question, that the phases of compiler design was, which was also not known by me. So I was saying that I don't know. Then he moved on one system design question, so which also I am not aware of it. He also said that you are a fresher, so we are not expecting much. And he moved on and he asked a lot of HR questions also, like why Infosys, and where you see 5 years, after 5 years yourself. And he also asked me that how much you are dedicated to Infosys if you got the opportunity. So also told him, and he was seemed very satisfied with it. And he also asked me that how much problem you have solved in dynamic programming, in DP, in trees and graph. So I told him I solved a lot of trees and graph question. I have not solved too many problem in DP. So he asked me, you are aware with DFS and BFS? So I told him Yes. So he asked me what is DFS. I told him. So he just moved on from there. Okay, and he asked me, tell me your good project. Explain your good project. I have not won any major projects. All are small. So I explained him. He also asked me that why you have not done a major project. Then I also explained him. He was satisfied with it. And next he also asked me to what in which framework you are comfortable with, or any domain you have worked with. So I told him I will it is started with machine learning. He not asked me any question about machine learning. And also told him that I'm started JavaScript. He also told him good, but not asked any questions. So he finally gave me a feedback that your Java is good. Just keep the good work, and just improve your programming skill, little programming solving skill. And he also asked me that do you have question. And I said it, and just it ended. So my review is, this was for the power programmer. Don't panic. If you don't know the solution, you don't able to code, give the brute force approach. Because you don't stand a question on that you have done the code with yourself or not at the time, if your friends help you. So try to give brute force approach. You don't know, if you're good with programming, then you are good to go. Then what you can do, be very clear with your CS fundamental. Like, first measure is DBMS, second was is operating system, then computer networks, and then software engineering. Sometimes a system design question, if you know, like factory design and singleton functions, that will be good for you. And some of the pattern of the question is also like design like URL shortener scheme. So you can do it, you can check it. And if your interview is aged, like much bigger experience, like 7 8 years or 10 years, he will definitely ask you not that much programming question, but he will ask you designing question, projects, and HR questions. And if your interview is very young, then he would ask you first two coding questions. That was a very main on that, and CS fundamental question, then HR questions. So that was the experience. And if you have any doubt, you can just comment me out. I will help you, definitely help you in the comment section. And hope you like it. And I also prepared like what I say, the question that I were asked, I read a lot of like 30 40 interview experience, and I just created for the DP question they have asked. Whatever the question they have asked, I prepared for you. I will give it in the video description. So you just visit. And it was like a text, whatever question asked. If you have time, you can prepare with it. And for DSE, I would say not that much coding question were asked, a little bit of coding questions. And be clear with DBMS and projects. Okay. And if you have hands-on like machine learning, big data, whatever little bit you know, you can tell him, and they don't go with the depth. So hope you like it, and see you in next. And you have any doubt, you can comment it down.